Outdoors Delmarva covers everything outdoors,
including real hunting and fishing situations involving wildlife.
We do our best each and every week to keep it tasteful, but discretion is advised.
Now, enjoy the show.
This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru, delivering an experience.
This week on the show, the Maryland rifle season is underway, and we're spending time out in the field. But will the warmer weather make for a slow opening week? Then, these local Boy Scouts are shooting for more than just target practice. It's a fall tradition that has some vying for early Christmas presents. And as prime waterfowl hunting property goes, we found a nice spot. But the view is even better when seen from horseback.
Right now on Outdoors Delmarva.
Better shoot them.
Yeah.
There's two, Gary.
This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. And now, here's Mike Parker.
Hi, everybody, and thanks for watching Outdoors Delmarva. I'm Mike Parker, starting the show off this week, doing something that we just love to do each season, selecting the perfect Christmas tree for back at the cabin that hopefully we'll find one here just outside of Magnolia, Delaware at Schreppler's Fir Tree Farm and get to decorating next week. I've got some hunting to do. You know, speaking of hunting, we're entering into the second week right now of the Maryland rifle season for deer. Yeah, it's been a little bit warmer this week, and a couple of things we've been hearing is, well, it's warmer than usual, and the deer just don't seem to be moving as much as they have been in years past. Well, whatever the weather, it didn't mean that plenty of hunters weren't going to at least give it the old traditional try. Take a look. Now, there is only one opening day a year when it comes to deer hunting with a rifle in Maryland. And this group of fellas from around the Powellville area of Wycomico County like to start off by gathering at a local store. When it came time to head into the field, we'd be hunting alongside Reggie Wingate, a seasoned hunter who's been lucky before when set up inside this ground blind on the edge of some local farmland, which presents a good look at any deer that might pass through a number of shooting lanes. The anticipation for the first morning's hunt is always high, but today it was also apparent that the temperature was a little high for late November, and that warm air definitely can play a role. To this point, the only deer to speak of was a lone doe which appeared in the field well before our camera could even pick it up in the dark. And besides a brief appearance by this turkey, well, for Reggie, it was just looking like it was going to be a long morning.
When it's warmer, deer don't want to move. Deer don't want to feed. They just don't want to come out and feed. They wait till when it gets cool to come out, to eat. They just lay down, bed up, just like anybody else. They get hot, they want to just lay down, get the air conditioned.
But thanks to some technology, we received a few opening day pictures from our viewers, including this one posted on the Outdoors Delmarva Facebook page of an opening day buck harvested by Andrew Truitt of Girdle Tree, Maryland. This 8-pointer has some height to it, doesn't it? Congratulations also to Douglas Peppo, who took this 10-pointer near Y Mills. Not bad at all. And here's a night photo of hunter Rick Paul, who bagged this 8-pointer on the same trip. But Facebook and email aren't the only technology being used by sportsmen these days. Text messaging has also become an effective way for hunters to communicate, like when Reggie's son lets him know what's happening from his tree stand about 200 yards away.
He texted me that he's seen 4 does and a 4-pointer coming my way up through the woods, but they've yet to come out. They could have turned or something, but he was just letting me be aware that there were deer coming to me this way.
But it just wasn't to be when the deer never ventured our way, and it was soon time to leave the blind, on the way to another opening day tradition.
I think the weather had a lot to do with the deer not moving, and generally back here in this area, there's usually deer moving, see 4, 5, 6, but with this weather the way it is, I think we're just wasting our time till it gets cooler or whatever. So we're gonna head on up and get us some good chow now. How's that? Yeah, after a rough morning of hunting, digging in, That'll work. Okay, looking good.
Back near Powellville for a hunter's brunch at Carl Hammond's house for some good eats and some good stories.
By the time I got ready to squeeze the trigger, she stepped down in my ditch. I couldn't see her no more. But she had such a little one with her. I wouldn't shoot her.
7 does and 1 3-pointer. Good morning. Just wasn't the right deer. Carl, don't come by me about Thursday because you could get shot.
Well, we know one thing. We're going to hear from more successful deer hunters between now and next week. If you happen to take your camera or video camera out in the field with you during your deer hunting adventure, make sure you let us know about it. You can email me at mparker@wboc.com or make sure to like us on Facebook. And you can post those pictures and videos right to the Outdoors Delmarva Facebook page. And we'll be right back.
Coming up next on Outdoors Delmarva, wildlife has nothing to fear when these shooters get together. Join these local scouts for a chance to win big at the turkey shoot. But first, did you know? The type of wild turkey found on Delmarva is the most common subspecies of the bird, known as the eastern wild turkey. In how many states is the eastern subspecies located? Is it 18, 38, or all 50 states? The answer when we come back.
This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru, delivering an experience. Sponsored by Ocean City Tourism, Shorts Marine, and Shooter's Choice. Outdoors Delmarva will be right back.
How about this one?
There you go, that's a nice full one.
That's nice. Perfect. Not too tall, got a nice body to it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Full.
Did you know? The eastern wild turkey is the most common subspecies of the bird. A population of more than 5 million turkeys is spread throughout 38 U.S. states.
Did You Know is sponsored by North Bay Marina.
But that's not what I want this morning.
Well, there's just something about being out here this time of year. Great family activity here on the tree farm. Smelling the aroma of those needles, just taking home a prize for your home. Well, over in Worcester County, we spent some time with some local Boy Scouts who were shooting for some other types of prizes.
You've seen the signs before, and you don't have to look far these days for a turkey shoot. But don't worry, no wildlife was harmed during the filming of this story. No, these frozen birds' fates were sealed long ago.
Yeah, a lot of times the prizes include turkeys. This year we have like oven stuffer roasters and turkeys, as well as, so that's usually where it gets the name turkey shoot. That's usually a prize that you win for winning the round.
Events like this one held at the Sinnepunxent Rod and Gun Club near Berlin are a long-time tradition and a sporting man's game of chance, really. Shells all of the same type are provided by organizers, so it's an even field before shooters line up for a shot at a target about 20 yards away or so, and then hope that one of the BBs from their spread comes closest to the center of the target.
Almost a bullseye. Charlie Ritchie, yeah.
And what was the prize for that round?
$45 gift certificate to the Outback.
Nice.
Beautiful day. Come out here and try to win a little bit. I've been doing it since I was a kid.
To make a day of it, there's about 40 to 50 rounds at today's shoot, and it'll cost you anywhere from $2 to $5 to enter each one, depending on the prize up for grabs. Along with the poultry that's perfect in time for your holiday meals, restaurant gift cards and boogie boards are among dozens of other prizes also up for grabs. Now, once shooters take their shot, the scouts from Troop 225 who rush in to retrieve the targets
Got a good one?
act as an unofficial first line of quality control judges. But the real decision of who's closer is in the hands of adult troop leaders who make careful decisions right down to the smallest measurement.
Last round, round 2, we have a shoot-off.
But sometimes these rounds will end in a tie, and a shoot-off is required. And it's mano y mano.
I was tied for first, so I had to do a shoot-off, and did the shoot-off, and I won the round.
This is a very safe and great way to introduce a young person to the shooting sports. Round 36, got 1 spot left.
The shooting continues for much of the day, and with full round after full round, it's a great fundraising event for Troop 225, which uses the money for a number of programs.
Pretty expensive to buy tents and camping equipment, so we'll buy a couple tents to loan out to the kids in the troop. Summer camp's like $300 a person to go, so we can use that money to offset, some of the kids for summer camp. And some of the more expensive trips, we take the kids up in the mountains, we take them on ski trips, so some of the trips that are pretty expensive, we can use it to offset that also.
A special part of the event happens when the scouts get the range all to themselves, and the prize on the line is a skateboard that everybody seems to want. And like any made-for-TV drama, a first-round tie results in another shootout.
This is for the scout longboard.
Where one lucky shot will send one of these scouts home with an early Christmas present. Coming up next on Outdoors Delmarva, happy trails. You won't want to miss a horseback tour of this waterfowler's paradise. Plus, stick around for this week's Scorchy's Corner Classic.
This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru, delivering an experience.
I never realized Scorchy Tours was so difficult. The name, that is, but the mailbag has convinced me.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru, delivering an experience.
Well, you know what? I think I've got it narrowed down. Definitely going to go with the Douglas fir. This one, though, it's not quite full enough on top, if you know what I mean. It's kind of ironic, isn't it, that I'm surrounded by evergreens, considering this next story is all about the changing fall foliage.
It was a beautiful autumn morning near Pocomoke City when we saddled up alongside our friend Rico DiMattia and the gang with our mind set on exploring the changing fall landscape.
Just take your time. Okay, there we go. All right, get your feet right.
After a few minutes to go over horseback riding safety, Chopper Chuck was ready for the trail and an adventure he won't soon forget.
All right, well, Mike and Will, it's not quite our Subaru, but it's a beautiful way to enjoy the woods.
The goal of the trip was twofold. Number one, to admire the changing fall foliage. Well, that was a given. The other, appreciate whatever surprises we might encounter, from fox dens camouflaged amidst this field. As we near the water, it's an opportunity for a new perspective on this land, known locally as a prime waterfowling territory. While the day would have been complete by our standards just for the sightseeing, for Rico's trusted horse, Roni.
Come on, Roni.
The chance to run free on this land, even for a short while, was a fine way to cap off our experience too, enjoying the crisp autumn air.
And now it's time to check in with an old friend. Here's this week's Scorchy's Corner Classic.
I never realized Scorchy Toys was so difficult. The name, that is, but the mailbag has convinced me.
If Debbie, our pretty receptionist, didn't know me, I might never get any mail. Who would get it? Well, it might go to Shorsey Towins, if we had such a person, but Debbie knows that's gotta be me. I answer to Scorty Tallis, Scory Towan, and S. Laws, Scotchy Tawnis, Scorchy Talls, Scorthy Paws, Scorchy Paws, and Scorchy Talls.
Hold on, I'll get it right. Scorchy Toys, one in our Delmarva slang for WVOC News.
Coming up next on Outdoors Delmarva, gear up for that winter hunt with a top brand.
This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru, delivering an experience.
Thanks for watching Outdoors Delmarva. I'm Mike Parker, back here with our friends at Shorts Archery, a division of Shorts Marine in the Millsboro and Long Neck, Delaware areas. And this week, we are talking about top of the line. And when it comes to archery equipment, the name Matthews is synonymous with quality. Joining us right now, our friend Kelly Rotz here with Shorts. And Kelly, what makes Matthews so special?
Well, Matthews was the innovator of single cam technology. Instead of having two cams fighting each other on the bow, it has one cam and one idler wheel. So the bow is always in time. And even more so, they invented the harmonic dampeners.
And we are not kidding around. When it comes to dampeners like this, there is a big difference. Kelly, why don't you show us? Here's one without, here's one with.
Sure, if you take a riser or handle section of the bow and drop it on the ground without the dampeners, you get the metallic ring or the harmonics of the metal. Take one with two bands in there and drop it, it deadens it.
As you know, when it comes to bows, technology is always changing. And for Matthews, 2011 has been a great year.
It has been a bang-up year. This year, they introduced the Z7 Extreme. 28 inches axle to axle, making it his shortest bow that he's produced so far. Speeds of 320 feet per second, really quiet. New for this year is the Z7 Extreme Tactical Edition.
I like it.
Black anodized riser, carbon wrapped limbs. For the guys that are into the AR scene, here's your bow. What we have here, Mike, is a first of its kind type bow. This is the Craze, built by Matthews under the Mission label. This bow can be made any draw length from 18 inches for a 9-year-old kid all the way to 30 inches for a guy my size.
It is really light too, and really versatile. We just can't say enough about the Matthews brand. If you're a serious archer, you need some serious equipment. Kelly Rotz, thanks again for showing us around. Really learned a lot.
Thank you, and just like Matthews says, catch us if you can.
You got it. From the beginning archer to the hardcore hunter, for service after the sale, Shorts Archery, a division of Shorts Marine, has everything you need to get out in the field. We'll be right back.
Coming up next on Outdoors Delmarva, we're finally ready to load up the tree and head home. But first, your latest videos and pictures.
Outdoors Delmarva viewer pictures are sponsored by Shorts Marine. This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru, delivering an experience. This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru, delivering an experience. Sponsored by Ocean City Tourism, Shorts Marine, and Shooter's Choice. Now, let's get back to the adventures.
Well, we're back here at the tree farm right now, and joining me is the guy who operates this place, Paul Schreppler. Paul, you and your wife Linda have been operating the fir tree farm here in Magnolia, Delaware for years now, right?
Right. My father started in the late 50s with Christmas trees.
And you're also the president of the Delaware Christmas Tree Growers Association. So real quick, I want you to give everybody watching out there this week the best pitch for choosing a live Christmas tree this season.
The best pitch for choosing a live Christmas tree is you have the fragrance of the tree. The children can come out, choose and cut operation, pick the tree out. Everybody in the family can come The trees are environmental friendly. We plant back for one tree cut. We plant back usually 2 to 3 for every one that's been cut.
Well, you convinced me.
Yeah.
Well, you convinced us to find a beautiful tree here, so I guess the only thing left to do right now is to cut it down. So if you want to fire up the chainsaw. I love that sound, and while Paul cuts down our beautiful Christmas tree, we're going to take a look at this week's viewer videos and pictures.
And starting off with a video from a good friend of the show. Robert Remo from Laurel shows us what it's like to be stealth as this young Sitka deer stag walks directly under his tree stand. He may be making some gestures here, but this encounter ended with the stag walking away. 12-year-old Brooke Planner from Federalsburg is celebrating a heck of a buck taken in Dorchester County on Maryland Youth Day. She's pictured here with her dad, Charles. Great hunting. Billy Baker from Salisbury got his first buck ever during Maryland Youth Day. This 8-pointer was definitely a nice start. He's pictured here with grandfather, Paul Baker Sr. How about a hunting and fishing combo? R.J. Gooner from Milton is a big fan of the show and had a successful Canada goose hunt and caught his limit of rockfish, a Delmarva double. Jenna Clark of Rehoboth Beach, Delaware harvested this nice 5-pointer while hunting with her uncle Billy near Lewis. Hunter King from Willards, Maryland bagged this 9-pointer on Maryland Youth Day. Thanks to Hunter's grandfather Dave for sending in this picture. Jim Lacates of Laurel hooked up this beauty of a rockfish recently on the Pocomoke Sound. We're getting some great reports on those waters and on the surf, too. Debbie Brown from Goldsboro sent in this beautiful fall scene. Debbie took in some fall foliage a couple of weeks ago at Unicorn Lake in Millington. And as viewer Ernie Rogers from Greenwood shows here, time in the woods isn't always about harvesting an animal. The view from his tree stand while hunting was breathtaking all its own. Well, we love sharing your videos and pictures here on the show, so please keep them coming. You can email me at mparker@wboc.com, and make sure to like us on Facebook, and you can post memories from your outdoors adventures right on the Outdoors Delmarva Facebook page.
Okay, Mike, glad to see you. Have a Merry Christmas. Appreciate your business.
You too,
Come
Paul.
back and see us.
Thanks for hooking us up.
Okay.
Everybody, the one thing I like about selecting a live Christmas tree here during deer season, you're guaranteed to be dragging something out of the woods. Until next time, I'm Mike Parker reminding you to get outdoors, Delmarva.